People deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, and I hope you're all doing well and safe. As you can see, people, it's morning time. I've got my jacket in front of me. I've had my shower and all of them things. The first thought on my mind was getting a coffee and getting a decent brekkie down me. But and obviously it's Arsenal versus Benfica, better yet, versus Arsenal in the Europa League. So my mind's elsewhere. Obviously, I'm trying to prepare content for you lot. I've got the show coming up with Curtis at 12 p.m. UK time, Thursday. So yeah, my headspace is just firmly on working. And obviously, like we all do at our desks and offices, we're always trying to see what's going on in football and things like that. So when I saw this, people, once again, I was very upset, disappointed, but not surprised. As you look can see the headline there, Eddie Nketiah, Arsenal striker, latest whole apologies, man. Let me do that all over again. Arsenal striker, latest high-profile footballer to be racially abused on social media. As you can see, the Arsenal striker, Eddie Nketiah, was allegedly told to leave the club in a racist message on social media. Sky Sports News has contracted Twitter for comment. Also, this follows, the likes of Hector Bellerin, Granit Xhaka, and Bernd Leno with receiving racial abuse. Now, I'm not going to state the obvious. I'm not going to bore you. Look, we all know somebody doesn't deserve to be racially abused for their skin. Can you have question marks over Eddie Nketiah's ability to have a short and long-term future at Arsenal? Yes. Can you critique his goal-scoring ability or lack of? Yes. Can you ask questions? Yes. But what you cannot do is racially abuse him for the color of his skin. What you cannot do, even stuff like leave the club. I feel social media is a bit of a madness in that regards, people. It's like, something needs to be done. The community needs to be gated off, because if you think about it, the old echo chamber that is Twitter, the whole premise, it's a great thing, but it's dangerous. I can say I like apples. Somebody I don't know can say I like apples too. Then the next person comes and says, "What the hell do you like apples? You effing this, you effing blah blah blah," and then their minions will get involved, and it's long. Social media is something all footballers of all colors going to have to deal with because of the level of criticism, rightly or wrongly. But black players, in the same way abuse, racial abuse is taken in their stride. Like Eddie Nketiah, Maitland Niles has spoken about it. I'm sure if you ask all of these guys, people, in terms of direct abuse, racism, I'm pretty sure they faced it in their life being inner city London boys. I'm pretty sure they faced it being on the football field, traveling with Arsenal all over different countries and stuff. So, and it's sad that when you ask black people in anybody, but listen, I can only really speak on myself. When you ask black individuals of anything, we take racism in our stride. It's almost a given, whether it's abuse on the field, abuse in society, abuse and prejudice, and then the Twitter one, and again, social media is a new phenomenon relatively, but I really don't like how clowns can just do things like this. And the wickedest thing is, the people doing this, if they are Arsenal fans, they probably talk about Thierry Henry to high heaven. So last time I checked, there might be a different shade of black, but they're two black men, and half these people doing it to Eddie Nketiah and all these Martials and just any player whose name is up there, they're 9 times out of 10, they're the ones saying biggest fan, let me get a picture and all of these things. So it's scary. It is scary for a 21-year-old on the best of days playing for Arsenal, much less unnecessary racial abuse, people. He's the latest high-profile footballer to receive abuse. As you lot can see, he was sent a racist message in telling him to leave Arsenal in response to a training picture he posted on Twitter ahead of our game tonight with Benfica, working with a smile. He don't deserve that. And I'm no footballer, but even me, sometimes I'll post something on Twitter that's got nothing to do with football, nothing to do with no one, and somebody will just racially abuse you or just get onto you. And more time, when you click on these accounts, they're following you, which it don't make sense. Why are you following, man, if you don't like, man? Why are you following, man, if you're going to draw me out? Me, I block and delete. I don't know how it could be done for footballers, If I'm Eddie Nketiah and all these players, honestly, I'll do what Leno said, I'm leaving it to my agent or the sponsors or the club to run my socials. I'll have a burner account. I have my own Twitter account where I can, obviously, I'm pretty sure bare footballers do, where I could probably tweet in peace, look at things, not have any scrutiny. But in relation to actual tweeting, I wouldn't do it. And it's sad. I keep saying it, and I've said it before. In a day and age where we're ever closer to football, this is the best time to be a football fan. I said it before. It's crazy. You get an insight into players' lives. You can talk with them over socials, and that could be used for something good. But it's like we've got that, but it's being used to abuse people and just torrent people's inboxes and things like that. It's upsetting people because it's happening too often. Obviously, I don't agree with the death threats for Mike Dean either. And again, that kind of ties in whether it's racism, sexism, whatever sort of thing. Something needs to be done, man. I don't want to sign up for social media, having to give my bank account, a bank statement to show that I live in the UK or I live in the country I claim I do. I don't want to show my license or my passport. I don't want to do any of those things. I think it's dangerous, especially when the Twitters and all of these sort of things, they are the news agents, the news outlets now, they're bigger than the president in that they locked off the president, Donald Trump, at a time when he was president. They locked off his message on Twitter. That is powerful stuff. So if you could imagine what they could do with even more personal details and even more sort of stuff like that, what could happen? It scares me. But same time, people, something needs to be done, because it's a disease in itself. It's a disease in itself, abusing players and then turning it off and then abusing them again and probably praising them if you walk past them in the street. Social media is breeding so many illnesses, and I'm not going to go over the same. Like, it's Nketiah today, it'll be somebody else tomorrow, and it's happening at all clubs with all players, in it, people, so all I can do is say, keep your head up, Nketiah. I imagine you're a very resilient man. You're of Ghanaian descent, and them, man, they are tough as nails, and the Ashanti people and all of those sort of things. So I know this ain't gonna break Eddie Nketiah, but it's upsetting. It's upsetting because when you look at Arsenal, look at the many different faces that support this club, that represent this club. This isn't what we're supposed to be about. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a small minority, it's an individual, this and that, because on one hand it is, on the other hand it isn't, people. This needs to be clamped down, rooted out, and properly dealt with. Is it going to happen though? No. So I guess I'll be sitting here and you lot will probably be sitting here at a point when we're talking about the next player. Like you said, we've seen a bunch of players at Arsenal get this. We've seen Chelsea man get this. You've seen United players get this. You've seen Spurs players get this. It's just about every club possible, people. It is what it is, and it's never going to change in that regards, people. It really is, man. On that note, though, there isn't anything else to say other than keep your head up, Nketiah. Like I said, have all criticisms over him from a footballing point of view, but definitely doesn't deserve racial abuse. I don't need to bore you lot anymore in that regards. It needs to be spoken of, so I spoke about it. On that note, though, people, Deluded, I'm out. Please comment, subscribe, and the rest of it. I'm out. Thank you for viewing.